You know, it's a problem that is going to plague me for the rest of my life, but you'll never face, Aiden. What did you just think of?
I was totally gonna... I was gonna go with the whole I'm white thing and you're not. But that's really bad.
You know what's funny though? The problem I was gonna say is kind of related to it. Oh fuck, that's bad.
Oh god.
Now you see why I don't tell you why about these intro bits?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's not my skin that I would say is a problem.
Okay, good.
It's the problem that I face is that my name is, I wouldn't say it's complicated, but it's not a common one. So like, I don't know if you know this, but like every time I go to fast food, if it's just like a place like, oh, can we get a name for the order? I always just make up some bullshit. I remember I went to Cane's and like I think Joe was the one I always use. It used to be John, but I say Joe now. And kind of related to that, I got a story to tell. So I come home one day and my mom's like, all right, I want you to go get us some food. I said, what do you want? She says, I don't care. So I'm like, all right, I'll go to Cane's because I haven't had that in a while. It sounds really good. So I go, it's pretty average, like the cashier's super nice and all that. I get like three three-finger combos. So, you know, good shit. I get the sweet tea because, you know, it's the best
Good
sweet
man.
tea I've ever had.
Good man.
And then I'm walking back to the car, and there's this guy who's just like standing by his bike, and I'm just like, oh, it's a nice day out. It's cool. I was like, I'm kind of jealous because I don't have a bike and I'd like one. And then the guy looks at me and he's like, you know, they have the best lemonade. I was like, I just want to go home and eat, but you know what? I'll indulge him. So it's like, oh, do they? He's like, yeah, it's he was like talking about like the process of like how they make it, how they use like this machine that uses like squeezes the juice like out of the lemons like directly, stuff like that. So I was like, oh, okay.
Sorry.
So it's like, it seems like a normal conversation, right? Like just some dude that's walking by wanted to make conversation, which is like, I'm fine with that. And I was like, oh yeah, I heard their lemonade's really good. I always get the sweet tea because I know that's especially really good. And then he's like, oh, okay, that's cool. So, do you play chess? I was like, a little bit, yeah. He's like, oh, cool, because I'm always around town, and I'm always looking for new people to play chess with. And he's kind of just like going on about like how he'd like to play chess and like how he's like around. And it seems like a normal thing, like just some dude striking a conversation, right? But he would like, during the conversation, just like insert these little snippets that are like these tiny red flags. Like he like, even though he just kind of brushes over them, he'll say something like he's been fired from his job, or he's been kicked out of places, or he has like problems and all that. So at that point, I'm like, this is not just a normal conversation. I would like to get in my car and eat this chicken. And then, so I'm just kind of sitting there waiting for a chance to leave, right? And then he's like, oh, what's your name? I was like, it's Joe. And I think maybe he actually caught that I hesitated for like half a second when I didn't. And he's like, oh, okay, Joe, let me just make note of like the place that we are, and let me get your phone number. I was like, no way in hell am I giving this fucking creepy ass dude my phone number. So I proceed to give him my old phone number, the one for like my phone, like my last phone. And then he's like, all right. And I was like, okay, cool. He has this fake phone. Now let me leave. He's like, okay, let me give you a quick text just to make sure that you got it. I was like, god damn.
I hate when people do that.
Yeah. So he does that, right? And then he's like, all right. So he like looks away from his phone. He's like, all right. So I'm like, god damn it, I have to pretend like I actually gave my number. So I take out my phone. I look at it for like a second or two. Then I'm like, okay, yeah, I got it. And then he's like, I didn't send the text yet.
Ooh.
I was like, oh, did you? He's like, no. At this point, I'm just sitting there like,
ooh,
please don't be crazy. Please don't be crazy. Please don't be crazy. And then, fortunately, he wasn't crazy enough. Didn't do anything crazy. He was like, okay, just forget that any of that happened. I see that you lied to me. There's plenty of liars in the world. And then I walked away, went in the car,
and he followed you home.
No, I was expecting it, but even then, I have a car. He has a bike.
Some people pedal fast.
That's a good point. I mean, it's also downtown too, but then like I can get on Rosa Parks and then I'm gone. And then I went home and I enjoyed some cans. I was really hungry and I scuffed that shit down real fast. So, moral of the story, if you ever go to get chicken for your family and someone on a bike wants to talk to you,
don't.
Fuck right past them.
See, that's
and go home and eat your goddamn chicken.
That's why I just don't talk to people, you know?
I guess. I mean, I tried. I'm not like, I wouldn't say I'm completely like a very social person, but still.
I mean, we sit in basements, play video games, and make podcasts in our free time. We're not social people.
Yeah, true.
Oh, God. That's... I want to die after listening to you tell that story.
It was just more awkward than it needed to be, honestly.
Yeah.
If it didn't go to like, oh, I want to play chess and stuff like that, like, I probably wouldn't have given him my number, but if he was like not giving those red flags, maybe I would have played chess with that guy. But no. No.
You know what this means, though, right?
What?
You can never go back there, just in case he is.
I think I'm just like cursed. Every time I go to Cane's, something weird happens.
Every time?
Every time I go to the downtown Cane's.
Sounds like next time you go, I should go with you.
Because you want a story, you want to protect me?
Both.
You know what? Fair enough.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Welcome to Splash Screen, the award-winning podcast.
With our yearly E3 special.
Ooh.
Yeah, boy.
It's actually a little late, but you know what, that's fine.
I mean, we're late to everything.
Yeah.
At least we're actually doing it.
Yeah, true. I regret to inform you that Aiden, you know him as Freebiy, is no longer with us. Something happened during E3, and the doctors call it a Banjo-induced implosion. So he is dead. I have tried to bring him back because, you know, he's kind of the other host for this podcast. I need him still. I don't care if he's dead. I've tried Resurrection, Sacred Alchemy, stuff like that. He couldn't come back the way I wanted him to, so I eventually gave up. Fortunately, however, I was able to find his Scottish cousin, who, fortunately, his American accent seems to sound exactly like Aiden's, which I know is going to be good for the listeners, so for you guys listening to this. So I would like to introduce Wingus. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Wingus. How's it going?
It's going good. It's good to have you on the show.
It's good to be here. Kind of last minute thing, but you know, I'm here now. Mm-hmm. So
you want to show them your American accent?
Yeah, I don't like using it that much, but yeah, it could be better. But you know, since I'm here, might as well introduce the other man over there. You know him as Dranks, but I know him as
Dingus.
That's what it was. You may know him as Dranksoholic, but I know him as Dingusoholic.
Dingusoholic?
Dingus. He's a dingus.
This intro sucks.
It does. Let's just move on, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's just forget that never happened.
I'm still keeping it in, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right,
so welcome to the 2019... to the 2019 Splash Screen E3 special. How's it going, everybody? How are you doing? It's good to hear. It's been a while since we've had a chance to just sit down and talk. So I'm hoping that we get some good. We strike up a rich conversation right here. Because there's a lot of stuff to talk about games wise. It's gonna be a good time. We should do the thing. We haven't done the thing yet.
You're right.
The whole point of the show. We do this entire show just so we could do this. Oh shit! It's condensating onto my laptop.
Okay.
Do it.
Come here.
Clank.
Clank.
Ooh.
I'll find a way to edit that in so it looks seamless.
Or you don't have to.
Yeah, but this is already
considering that intro bit.
This has already been a shit show, so let's.
I mean, this is E3. There's no structure to this.
Yeah.
For this E3 special, anyways.
So what we have is just a list of
every game that was announced.
Yeah, and then we just kind of like we're mostly going off of memory, really, but we took note of just like.
Basically, all we did was the name and the release date if they gave one, and special things. Like, if you saw the Microsoft one, you can probably already think of one.
Yeah. And, like, if there's anything that's super noteworthy that we want to make sure that we mention, we made note of that, too. Yeah. But we'll try and just we'll just get into this, since
jump right into it.
This entire episode is going to be devoted to all of this, so.
Because it's the E3 special, motherfuckers.
Yeah. We'll try to keep, this will probably be a briefer episode than usual, but that's fine.
It might not be. It depends on how much we waffle on.
Yeah.
So
this might be editing hell for me. So, we'll see.
So, let's just start at the beginning. Let's talk about this one. Everyone's favorite game that's coming to the Xbox. Microsoft Flight Simulator. I think I'm actually going to get that.
Yeah, you say that, but it actually looks really fun.
It looks like a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
It's because, like, they're a lot more, like, it's basically... They've mapped out the actual world and then like made it look like sort of like a game.
Yeah, exactly.
In its own like entirety.
Like imagine.
Nice one.
Thank you. Just imagine flying to anywhere in the world. Now here's a question. I assume it's already out on PC or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a VR version of it?
I feel like there is.
I would play that in a heartbeat.
I'd be surprised if there wasn't, actually.
I would love to play a VR version of that. Because that sounds like a lot of fun, actually. Like flying a plane in VR. Bruh. So yeah, that's coming. I can't help but notice that a lot of these don't have dates on these, so I assume they just didn't give a date for it.
Mm-hmm. Some of them they didn't, or either they didn't give a date or we just didn't catch it.
Right, which was I would say a lot of them because they just kept throwing stuff at us.
All right, and then I'll go with let's talk about Cyberpunk 2077.
How can we not talk about Cyberpunk 2077?
If you've been on
You're breathtaking.
You're breathtaking. We were talking about this earlier, like a little bit prior to the podcast, but we don't deserve Keanu Reeves.
We really don't. He's such a genuine human being compared to the rest of humanity.
What I love too is that it's so clear that like he's never played like a video, maybe not never, but like he's not like an avid gamer, but you can still tell that he has a lot of love for the thing that he's in. I think that's kind of how he is for everything though.
Yeah. Which is
what's great
good.
What's great is that he's apparently meant to be a key character in the game too, so he's not just some cameo.
From what I heard, he is this character with the second most dialogue in the game. So it took him like over 2 weeks to record all his dialogue.
So that's gonna be great to be able to like not just see him in the game, but also be able to interact with this character. I'm
kind of sidetracking off of it, but I saw a tweet on Twitter. Where else would you see a tweet of someone asking that if we can fuck him?
Oh yeah, if we could have sex with Keanu Reeves, and then like
they didn't say yes or no.
The developers said like he's a cute character. We want to keep out any important details.
But they didn't say no.
Yeah, there was like a picture on the bottom of that said, "So you're telling me there's a chance?"
I'm living for that right now.
But yeah, so Cyberpunk 2077 will be coming
April 16th, 2020.
That's a while though. That's gonna be quite the wait. But you know what?
It'll be worth it, because how long have they been working on this?
A long.
Since Witcher 3 ended.
Yeah, so
Witcher 3's been out for a while.
And it looks stunning too.
It'll be interesting playing a CD Projekt Red game going from something like Witcher to that, but I have full faith in them.
If anything, we can depend on them to like build a world and make it interactable, I think.
Yeah. Excuse me. We're drinking Sierra Mist right now, by the way, so... Oh, and water, but... Because we didn't say what we were.
You haven't even drank the water yet.
Because I don't want it yet.
How dare?
I'm gonna go through more Sierra Mist than more water. I'm gonna go through more Sierra Mist than water. So
true. Yeah, I should probably be more conservative with water, actually.
Okay, what to talk about next?
I'll open another Sierra Mist.
Let's talk about probably my second most hyped game on this list. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Oh, yeah.
This is my second most hyped game out of all E3. It's being completely serious. First off, it's a Star Wars game that has nothing to do with EA. So you can already tell it's going to be good. Second, it's a Lego game. And third, it's going to have episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 all in one game.
Yep, everything up to even the
Rise of Skywalker, which isn't even out yet.
Yep.
So, and that's probably... I've also...
So I'd imagine that they probably haven't done too much with it yet, unless they've been working with Disney.
I was just about to say that they have not started working on it yet, because Lucasfilm will not tell them the story to Rise of Skywalker because they don't want it to get spoiled or leaked.
But even then, that's still a lot of content to work on.
Yeah,
while they wait for that. So
that's also why it's probably coming out in 2020, not 2019, because Lucasfilm won't tell them the story to Rise of Skywalker to make the game.
Yeah.
So, but that's fine. That's fine. The only downside is that things like the Clone Wars, Rebels, Rogue One, Solo, they're not going to appear in the game at all, even though they're somewhat major points in Star Wars. But then you can also argue the game's called the Skywalker Saga, and that only one of those has something to do with the Skywalkers, which is the Clone Wars. But that's also, I don't know if just
they might not touch on it. I mean, they might touch on it, but I don't think they'll go.
No, from what I've heard, they're not going to touch it at all.
Oh, okay.
It's just going to be the movies.
Oh, okay.
And the main 9, not like I said, not Solo or Rogue One.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
But the thing that disappoints me about that is that they made a Lego Star Wars Clone Wars game, but it was only the first half of the Clone Wars because it was in the middle of the show, and they never finished it. And it's sad. Because I remember the last level of Lego Star Wars: The Clone Wars was the Zillo Beast, which was like the end of season 3, I think, and that made me really sad that there was no more after that.
Oh man.
On top of that, this is stuff that I've heard from post E3 stuff, is that there's going to be an option to choose whether they actually have dialogue or if it's just like grunts and stuff like the old Lego games.
Oh, okay.
So I'd be playing with just grunts. That's just me though, because I don't. That's kind of why I stopped playing Lego games. It like the dialogue, like the talking, just kind of took away the humor from it.
Oh yeah. We'll see about that. So
I don't know.
They might. I feel like they might approach dialogue the same as they have been before, but now just making an option to not have it.
Yeah, which I'd play it without the dialogue.
Yeah.
But I think if they did that, they might have to like completely redo some animations to like, for gestures and stuff because they can't talk and whatnot.
Yeah.
But for me, that's the humor in Lego games. So that's why I'm excited to hear the no dialogue.
Plus, they're gonna have a lot of time to work on this too. So
yeah, they can do it.
Mm-hmm.
They can do it.
I believe in.
They better do it.
Should I talk about Jedi Fallen Order? Because it's not necessarily an E3 announcement, but
we're on the topic of Star Wars. Might as well, because they
touched
Saw Gerrera.
Yeah, they talked a little bit more about it, and I think was it something that people got to interact with during E3?
I think it might have been an EA Play. I think I didn't really follow EA Play all that much. The only thing I watched was the gameplay trailer from EA Play, and then I closed out because I had to go to work.
Yeah.
So I don't know. All I know is that Greg Miller was at EA Play, and he was the host of the panel.
Yeah. This seems like I'm kind of torn on the way the game looks when it comes to like gameplay, because it looks, I want to say it looks clunky, but it also kind of looks, because like when you fight those like, what are the name of the guys with like the,
I think
and the black cloaks and like the sort of staffs?
Oh god, they're like purgation troopers or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. They look super fun to fight. Like I kind of thought like that looked, this might be a kind of garbage comparison, but I want to say it looks a bit like a Dark Souls fight. Not like a boss fight, but like when you're fighting like one of those
people are kind of comparing it as like a combination of Dark Souls and something else.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, so I can kind of see where you're coming with that.
Yeah, because I like the combat for Dark Souls. I could care less about the combat for Assassin's Creed. So that's why I'm kind of torn on it, but I feel like it's something that once I get my hands on it and actually interact with it, then I'll know for sure.
See, my problem with this, and this is kind of like my problem with just Star Wars video games in general, is that it makes the lightsabers look like they're weak.
Yeah,
because
like you hit them and then
you're hitting them, but they're not dead, and they didn't lose an arm. Mm-hmm. But that's just a problem with video games, and it's something I can look over. Yeah. The only game that really ever did that right was Jedi Knight.
Jedi Knight, like
all the Jedi Knight games. But that's about it. Probably the worst of them when it comes to how lightsabers look is the MMO Old Republic, but that's also an MMO, so I can understand that.
True.
Great game, by the way. They're coming out with another expansion later this year.
I was gonna say Battlefront 2 also makes it like that too, and I'd say that
Battlefront 2 is better about it though, because it's either one hit or 1.5 hit. I would call it, because. Or if you're like buffed or you're using like a certain ability, then it is a one hit. And I know they've had to nerf Anakin several times because he was one hitting everything.
Yep.
So, but
yeah,
that's neither here nor now. This is E3, not Battlefront 2, the podcast.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'd like to see what more they want to do with this game. But I'm hoping that the story is a little bit more developed because
Guerrera.
Yeah, because like what's his face? The main protagonist, I forget his name. Cal. He is just boring as hell.
His droid's cute though. I like his droid. Cute.
I like his droid. But they do the kind of, I want to say it's generic, but that's also kind of like the sort of staple of Star Wars, with just like the kind of cocky droid. It's like the droid will be like, and then he's like, you can't do that, like stuff like that.
That's not how the Force works.
Yeah. I'd like to play this game.
I'm gonna get it either way because it's a Star Wars game. I can't stop myself. That's my problem with Star Wars.
Your wallet's already like empty by the time you see the game.
Had I had money when they started it for pre-orders, because they have started it for pre-orders, I would have pre-ordered it.
Oh yeah.
And the only reason I know it's out for pre-orders is they've plastered it all over the main menu of Battlefront 2.
Of course they have. They basically did with Fallen Order like Rooster Teeth did with Genlock.
Oh my god. I like Genlock, but the advertising alone made me not want to watch it. Like, seriously.
But that's a different conversation.
Right.
What's your next?
Still on the topic of Fallen Order, because I'm not done with that yet.
Okay.
Saw Gerrera? Why? I feel like he's probably the smallest character to appear in the most different types of media. Because he started in a small arc in the Clone Wars. Then he showed up in Rebels. Then he was in a live-action movie. And now he's in a video game?
Yeah.
Who cares about Saw Gerrera?
That's why I said I hope they develop the story more, because it's kind of all over the place, and I just want to see where they take it.
When the gameplay trailer took us to Kashyyyk, I was like, oh, he's gonna like help Han free Chewbacca from slavery. No, it's Saw Gerrera. Why? I mean, they'll probably do fine with it, because this. We're also talking about this. It's an EA game, but it's being made by Respawn.
True. And
Respawn makes good games. Even if they are full of microtransactions, because I mean, let's look at Apex. It's a good game. We don't play it, but it's a good game.
I play it every now and then.
I don't. I should though. But I have full faith that Respawn can do at least something. but I'm also kind of hoping that they do it badly on purpose, so EA gets the Star Wars license taken away from them.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
See, I'd be fine with EA running just multiplayer games, because that's what they're good at. EA doesn't tell a story. EA takes your money. So, we can move on from Fallen Order now.
Alright.
And we're gonna jump right into Gears 5.
Yo.
Gears 5. Still haven't played 4 yet.
I'm still upset they didn't call it Gears of 4.
I haven't played it yet. I think it's actually installing as we speak back home. So, because, we actually have a date for Gears 5, which is this year. I kind of need to play it. Gears 4 to play 5.
Oh, yeah. You still got a while. It comes out in September.
Well, yeah, but how long have I been playing Breath of the Wild for now?
Good point.
How long? I would say Persona, but I'm actually playing Persona at a good race.
You actually, really go through Persona.
I don't play it a lot, but I play it a lot. I've only played it a total of 4 times, but I play for 8 hours per time.
Yeah.
Man, we're getting off topic easy. So yeah, Gears 5 is coming out September 10th, 2019. If you have Game Pass Ultimate, which we'll talk about later, be sure to talk about that later, because I'll probably forget. You get it early. I don't think they said how early, but you get it early. And if you have Game Pass Ultimate, you get the Terminator.
Yes.
I don't know what that means or what that entails, but you get the Terminator.
I don't care what it means. It's Terminator.
And I'm getting the Terminator because I have Game Pass Ultimate, so I'll let you know how that turns out when I get the Terminator. That's probably going to be a multiplayer thing.
True.
Like a skin or something in multiplayer, which is fine because it's the Terminator. And I think the only way to get it is through Game Pass Ultimate, I think. I think that's what they said anyways.
But yeah, it looks great.
They have a new new game mode called Escape, which I don't exactly remember what that is, besides escaping something, obviously. I remember them saying that it was a co-op game mode where you go in, do something, and get back out, which looked a lot of fun. And I remember when we were watching the press conference, they unnecessarily went under the stage.
Oh yeah, that was.
I didn't understand that, and then they pulled some WWE stars out of nowhere to play the game.
That was the weirdest fucking review for anything that they had.
Okay, you go into the stage. This is gonna be kind of cool. What is this?
the queue for the fire was late, I don't remember if it was late or too early. But then they go into the stage, everything's red, and then they have WWE stars just playing games. Apparently, because they do, I guess.
I mean, they can do whatever they want when they're outside the ring, but
still, what the fuck?
Why are they at E3 of all places?
Exactly.
I can understand, there are some actors and, celebrities that go. I know LeVar Burton goes to E3.
Ooh.
So I know he goes there, but, he's not doing anything on stage or anything. He's just there because he wants to be there. But WWE stars.
It was so out of left field. I was like, what? I wanted to be excited for it, but
it was I would
say
it was the same amount of energy as a response from Keanu Reeves, but in the complete opposite direction.
That's actually a good way of describing it.
Because it was yeah, there's people, WWE stars?
The hype went up, and then it immediately went down.
Well, I would say it still went up, but Keanu Reeves went right, they went left.
Okay, yeah.
That's how it was for me anyways. I was like, yeah, people I don't know are playing Gears. Why are they wrestling stars, though?
Yeah, but they showed a concept trailer. It looks really great.
It does.
I kind of like that they're bringing, the characters are a little bit more diverse. I don't know if they were like that in 4, but it's not only just super big buff boys. As much as I love that.
I think it was a little more diverse in 4. Again, I haven't played 4 yet. I'll get back to you on that.
Nice.
So.
Alright.
But yeah, it's going to be good.
And now moving on to Halo Infinite. I'm surprised I'm the one who gets to do this. Except you.
I thought we were gonna save that till the end of Microsoft, or is this the end of Microsoft?
Nah, that's fine. We can still talk about it. Like
All
I said,
I guess we should save the other bigger things for the end of Microsoft. Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, Halo Infinite's a thing. What's really weird is that they said that Halo Infinite's supposed to be the game that brings in new players to like introducing new players to Halo, but the trailer they showed is so much like banked on the idea of, oh, this is Master Chief, holy shit.
It's like, who is the Master Chief?
Like, no players are going to know
but
care.
To be fair, when Combat Evolved came out, it was kind of the same way, and that was the first game.
I guess so, but it was too. I think they.
I mean,
but like still, I mean, like
I can see where you're coming from, though.
So it's a little weird, but even still, I don't know what to think of this trailer because like it doesn't hint at or show shit.
Which is kind of fine because
it's just like, oh,
we gotta keep in mind it's gonna be a launch title for the next generation of consoles, and it's gonna come out late 2020.
True. Still, I wish there was a little bit more to it, but
I'm sure
they'll give more to it. Because, like I said, this is a concept trailer, and...
Because, let's see, what we got out of the trailer is the Chief is back in his classic armor.
It's so
kind
green.
Kind of.
Why is his armor so green?
I don't know. I feel like it's... it's always been that green, though. Because, like, look at Halo 2 Anniversary. That shit's green.
Yeah, but, like, this one, they, like, specifically try to make it look super green.
That being said, though, I do like the darker green, though.
I just remember seeing him and be like, he's so green.
He is really green. But if you look at him, you'll notice that on, I think it's his left shoulder, it says 117 on the chest piece.
Oh, does it?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. It has. That's the only armor it's done that for. But that's not the first time we've seen said armor.
Because that looks like the armor from like 2 or 3.
Oh, it does. But the 117 isn't on those armor pieces, I don't think.
Is it only on the 1?
The 117 is from, like... Did you ever see Halo Legends? Like, those collections of weird animated Halo shorts?
I think I did, but I couldn't remember anything
Because the only other time 117 was seen on his, like, chest piece was in Halo Legends. Which is weird.
I wonder what they'll do with that. I wonder if that's, like, a design thing, or if that's going to have any narrative significance.
Oh, it's probably going to have no narrative significance. It's probably just design, because...
Even still, that's like a tiny thing that I wouldn't get like super crazy over. So regardless, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. It's nice though. It's kind of because especially in the early days of Halo when they all just had the same type of armor, it's a good way to distinguish them. But now, so it's not really necessary.
Yeah.
I guess back then it was only just the Chief though, but still. From the trailer, we saw a destroyed Halo ring. We don't know what Halo that is though. Mm-hmm. They never specified. The Marine is probably one of my new favorite characters. How much you want to bet that he's going to be like Johnson's replacement?
Probably Johnson's replacement.
And I'd be fine with that.
All I remember is like a picture of like the guy coming up to like the Marine going up to Master Chief, and he has 2 bottles of Modelo in both hands. And it's another one, and then passing a boot to Master Chief.
That's great.
I died when I saw the picture. I saw like the comments for it too. It's like, Chief, you want to tell me what you're doing up there? Sir, finishing this booth.
Oh God, I can't wait for it. Yeah. I really can't wait for it, because I think out of everyone in the B team, Halo's my thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that being said, Grant and Tyler play it way more than I do. But that's the multiplayer. I care about the story,
actual like narrative behind it.
Yeah, which I'm happy to say, which you probably already know this, but I just like the fact that it's happening. Split screen's coming back.
Yes. I don't know why they took it out in the first place, though.
They took it out because it was going to lower the quality and the frame rate.
Because people totally care about that when they're doing 1v1 Magnums.
When I think of Halo, I think of split screen in the campaign with my best friends, not whatever Halo 5 was. That was the best part of Halos 1, 2, and 3. I could split screen it with someone. And Reach even. We could split screen it.
Mm-hmm. I'm just glad it's back,
I guess we could in 4 too, but...
We don't talk about that.
I mean, 4 was kind of better than 5, though.
Actually, no, I played 4. I don't remember anything from it.
I mean, the multiplayer in 4 was better than 5. But the story in 5 was better than 4. And the music was kind of par on both. So... The music from the trailer, though...
You can't see, but it's
really good. Wanted to cry.
It's so good.
Because, oh my god. I think 343 finally knows what they're doing. And that's a good thing. We should probably talk about something else before we just talk about Halo for the rest of the show.
I think we've gone past the line of gushing.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about the Borderlands 2 DLC at all?
Sure.
Okay, they released a DLC for Borderlands 2 that's supposed to tie in Borderlands 2 with Borderlands 3.
Which is very weird.
But it's very welcome, because I was already planning back to go and play all through Borderlands 2, because I never finished it. So now that just gives me more stuff to do. So, I think Grant already beat it, and he said he liked it.
Okay.
I haven't played it myself yet, because I'm playing it through with him, so I kind of need to be... we kind of need to both be there to play it. But that's happening. Should we get to some of the not game-related stuff?
There was one game-related thing that I wanted to talk about.
Elden Ring.
Not Elden Ring. It was Way to the Woods, which is coming in 2020.
Yes.
This one, I fell in love with this the second I saw it.
I think we all did.
Yeah. Because I don't know exactly what it is. Apparently, I'm assuming that it's just going to be like... Because it showed like the trailer of like 2 deer, but I think like what looked like a mom and a child. Kind of like walking around a city, and I'm assuming that, well, they're going back to the woods, you know, that's the name of the game. But it seems interesting enough to just like the premise of itself, of just like a bunch of deers trying to get back to the woods. I mean, they didn't say any story or anything, but that's kind of what I'm assuming at the moment what it's all about. And then the visuals, the soundtrack especially, and the art style, I fell in love with it so much, and I was like, I want to play this game.
It was beautiful.
Right now. I want this game in my hands right now. So that's a game that I'm over-obsessing over until I get my hands on it.
And even you better bet your ass when that game comes out, we're going to talk about it on here.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Because I'll get it. I'll probably be getting it, too, and playing it, so...
But aside from that, they also announced a few other, they just kind of brush over a bunch of indie games that are coming. Nothing too crazy that I noticed, except for Dead Static Drive and Supermarket Shriek.
I'm really interested in Supermarket Shriek.
That's because like the only thing they showed was like the guy crashing into like another person.
I think that game's out already.
That one's out already.
Okay, because I think it's on. I think it's on Game Pass actually.
Yeah. So the bunch of games that were just like varying between like when they're out and stuff like that, just kind of like quick fired them.
Oh, let's not forget Totally Accurate Battle Simulator.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's cool that it's on Xbox, but PC Master Race where you can mod it.
Yeah.
And trust me, I've modded it. It's fun. PC can't really handle it though, which is kind of weird.
Wait, this one or
other one?
Okay.
But it can run everything else fine.
Alright.
Moving on from just game-related stuff, I guess, for Microsoft anyways. We were talking about Game Pass Ultimate. What is Game Pass Ultimate, you might ask? Game Pass Ultimate
is Game Pass.
But Ultimate. It's basic. It is basically just Game Pass, but Ultimate. Game Pass Ultimate entails Game Pass for the Xbox and the PC. Yes, I said PC. And it comes with Xbox Live Gold for $15 a month.
That's a lot, but that's still like I think that's a good price for all of that.
I mean, I have it. I'm an Ultimater now. I'm never gonna say that again. I have Game Pass Ultimate.
Enjoying it so far?
Game Pass is now on PC. It's still currently in beta, however.
Oh, okay.
And by that I mean I tried to install Gears of 4 on the PC, and it just like, nah, try again later. Nah, try again later. Nah, try again later. Nah, try again later. So I'm just installing it on the Xbox.
Okay, fair.
But the library on PC isn't as large because there's not as many like PC games to play. But it's still a step in the right direction because the Master Chief Collections, when it comes to PC, will be on there. So I'm not going to buy it on Steam anymore. I'll just have it on Game Pass. Because if you have Game Pass, you're going to get Reach campaign and stuff for free. You're going to get the multiplayer for free if you have the game, but you get the campaign stuff for free with Game Pass. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Project xCloud? Because I don't care about
I don't care about streaming. Okay. We live in a place where streaming's not ready for us yet.
Yeah.
We're on a step in the right direction with Allo, but Allo's not good enough for streaming stuff yet.
Yeah. And I don't really care for it.
No, not at all. I'm not a fan of streaming.
Let's just talk about the thing that we want to talk about then.
Ooh,
Project Scarlet is coming holiday 2020.
The next generation of consoles.
They were not like excited about their own announcement.
No, not really.
They were just like the next generation of consoles.
And it's going to be the most powerful one, like they say every year.
And then they showed it, and then
that was it.
They
didn't even show it. They just said they just showed the name.
Yeah, they showed the name of the project, and then just like
there was no picture of the console itself.
But they showed like the.
I don't even think they said what was inside of it. They said that they worked with NVIDIA for.
Custom, not a video. I think it was AMD.
Yeah, AMD for like custom processors or something.
Yeah,
like custom like quad core processors. Mm-hmm. I think they worked with AMD for something custom.
Yeah, I think it was processors though. Yeah, but still, this was just the most underwhelming new console announcement that I've ever witnessed.
Like probably the best part of the console announcement was Halo Infinite, which was after the console was announced.
They said like it's going to be launched with Halo Infinite, and no one's surprised by that. And then they just kind of said, "Here's stuff," and then bye.
I mean, they always say with every new console, they say it's going to be the most powerful console ever.
What you'd assume is that's how that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
I'll probably get one when it comes out.
I'm concerned for the price.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think it'll be cool. I just want to see them, like...
I just hope you get one sooner rather than later, because it took you forever to get an Xbox One.
True.
Because I think... I can almost guarantee you that Grant's gonna get a Scarlet over like a good PC.
Yeah.
And Tyler's just gonna get one because he can. Do you know how many Xbox Ones that man's bought?
Too many.
He's bought an Xbox One. He got an Xbox One X and an Xbox One S.
Damn.
I know, right? Buy me one. I'm still stuck with a bog standard original Xbox One.
And I have the One S because I'm better than you.
I know. But I also got mine really early into the Xbox lifespan.
Yeah, true.
So, still going strong, that piece of shit.
Nice.
But yeah, Scarlet. 2020. Holiday 2020.
Yep. They didn't say which. Just holiday.
They didn't say what holiday, so that could be New Year's 2020. So, January 1st.
Could be January 1st or December 25th. Who knows? Anyways, Bethesda.
Are we going to talk about Bethesda, really?
We will, because fucking hell, what was this press conference?
No. You're the Devolvers where we're going to say that.
True. I mean, when I say what the hell was this press conference, like, this was the most boring press conference ever. I'm pretty sure...
Your tweet summed it up really well.
Oh, yeah.
Microsoft, fire. Bethesda wanted to put me to sleep.
I'll give Devolver the benefit of the doubt, because the people who... we're talking about like this press conference. If they've watched like the other press conferences, apparently
which we didn't,
then apparently it was brilliant. I was just completely lost.
We were confused the entire time, and I think at one point we said we wanted to die.
I'm pretty sure we said we wanted to die
several times.
Yeah, but let's talk about Bethesda before we get into all
God, Bethesda was. They really shouldn't have done anything this year. They had nothing really good to announce.
Yeah, the thing is that last E3 was when they like bombed the hell out of it, and they announced like basically everything.
They should have saved something for this year.
Yeah, they should have just like. I don't think they should have been E3 because most of the things that came out from their press conference was like just.
It was either DLC or mobile games, with the exception of Wolfenstein and Doom, I guess. But
yeah, but even still, Doom Eternal was something that we already know about.
And same with Wolfenstein. We've known about Wolfenstein for a while now.
Yeah, they showed gameplay for Doom Eternal, so I think that it looks fun. So
I'll give them this though. Elder Scrolls Blades is actually kind of fun.
All right,
I'll give them that.
And that's actually out now, right now.
It's out now for mobile. It'll be on the Switch later this year, and it'll probably be better to play on the Switch because the touchscreen controls with the phone isn't too great.
Plus, yeah.
That, and they said it's going to be like cross-platform, so any progress you make on the mobile version now will be on the Switch when it comes out on the Switch later this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll play it more when it comes out on the Switch, but for what they put on the mobile version, it's decent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Nord.
Yeah. Also, of course you are. They did announce one new game, Ghostwire Tokyo.
They got snapped.
They got snapped. They've been snapped.
They got snapped.
Can we talk about like the one announcer, Ikumi Nakamura?
Yes,
she
please.
Is precious.
I've never seen a more pure soul on an E3 stage before.
She was just like so happy to be there, and I was like, I want everything.
I just want to be near you.
I just want all good fortune to go to you.
You've just made this boring conference happy.
She made it worthwhile.
She really did.
But yeah, she was there for the announcement for Ghostwire Tokyo. This is a concept trailer, so we know absolutely nothing about this.
We know they got snapped.
We know people got snapped, and we know it's about ghost hunting.
Nice.
So it looks really interesting though. I want to see where they take this, and I want to.
They're gonna take it to Tokyo. It's in the title. Idiot. Read.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to see what the narrative behind all of this is going to be, because this looks very interesting, and there was a lot to this trailer that none of it really connects just yet. But again, like I said, this is just a concept trailer, so I want to see how good this gets.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't think I'll play it myself, but I'll definitely watch some videos on it. That's really everything worthwhile from Bethesda, let's be real. Besides, everyone's favorite Todd Howard.
Don't forget. Can we talk about that?
Okay, so I feel like just about every person who came on stage before they started talking just gave a really small, quiet giggle.
It was so fucking weird because like it was just like they're just like, hey, now announcing this person, and then like once the like applause like calmed down, they're like it was so stupid. I was like, why?
Oh god, it was more than just one of them too. Like 3 of them did it.
Like 3 people did that. I was like, why? I was like, what's so funny?
Oh my god, that's probably one of the better things that happened in this conference.
Yeah.
Oh god, okay.
All right, do you want to move on, or should we talk about Fallout 76 as well?
Nope.
Okay. All right, so moving on to Devolver. So we didn't, like you said before, we didn't watch the past press conferences, so nothing that happened made any sense.
Because from what we could tell from baseline value is that it was a very demented parody of a Nintendo Direct, where people were getting like aliens popping out of their chest or getting killed in some way, and there's blood everywhere.
They made like a Terminator reference at the very end too, and then they were like, to be continued. I was like, what the So everything that wasn't a game announcement was just, what the hell?
There was more skit than game, which is the part that annoyed me.
The thing is that they were building a narrative though.
This is E3. Who gives a shit?
I think that's cool, but if it wasn't for the fact that I have no idea what the hell anything of that was, and I don't know if I want to go back and see anything that happened during that. I mean, people say it's brilliant, but like the people who've seen like the previous ones said it's brilliant, so I'm curious, but I don't think I'm going to get into that.
So just moving on from the actual press conference itself, there's really only 2 things that came out of Devolver that interest me. being enter the Gungeon arcade machines. That's actually kind of cool. Was that a real announcement, or was that just a joke from the thing?
I think that was an actual announcement.
Okay, because if that's an actual announcement, that's actually really cool.
Don't forget, Devolver Bootleg is a thing.
It is. Alright, 3 things. Bootleg, Gungeon, and my friend Pedro.
My friend Pedro looks actually really cool.
I had never heard of it until then, and that looks a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, so I want to like playing that. Plus, Devolver is a really good publisher, so
their E3 press conference is what the fuck though, but they put out some pretty games.
So yeah, I want to see. Well, I mean, we've seen some of these games, but they look interesting. So yeah, not much really came from Devolver outside of a really fucking just weird experience.
So since we've talked about the 3 Sunday conferences now, we should probably bring up that tweet you sent, or you put out one afterwards.
Oh yeah, I said like Microsoft was actually
like
cool.
Fire or something, and then you said like Bethesda wanted to make me go to sleep, and Devolver made me want to die.
Yeah,
which I think accurately sums up all 3 of those.
Yeah.
But I guess we should move on to Ubisoft, of which neither of us actually watched, but you went through and made notes for it.
Yeah.
Same with Square Enix and Nintendo.
There wasn't anything out of E3 that was from Ubisoft that was super crazy. They have Watch Dogs Legions,
which I'm kind of interested in because I did play the first 2 and they were alright games. I never finished either of them, but they were alright.
Yeah. I mean, what's interesting to me the most about this is the fact that you can basically play as anyone, which means that
I didn't know about. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, which basically means anyone in the game could be any NPC could be your main character, which I think is interesting. And apparently there's supposed to be a class system associated with this.
Interesting.
So different characters will have like a certain sort of class, whatever. Like this person has this specialty, this person has this specialty, and then you can sort of use that to build your legion. And then I'm assuming that's also a part of choosing your main character. So this looks like a game that is really kind of ambitious, and I want to see more from this.
I mean, Ubisoft makes good games, so it'll probably be all right.
Yeah. There's also For Honor Shadow of the... I can't fucking...
I mean, I don't care. I don't play For Honor.
Yeah. But this one looks like a sort of For Honor, a DLC that's not multiplayer. And it's supposed to be specifically about basically a samurai woman badass. So, I don't really have much to say about this, but this looks kind of interesting. I'd be willing to watch a few videos on this, and if I'm interested, I guess I'll play it.
I won't, because I don't play For Honor, and I don't care.
Yeah. And then also, the Division 2 movie?
I mean, I'll watch it. I won't play the game, but I'll watch it.
I remember when they announced it, I was like, what the fuck? And then they said, oh, this is going to be on Netflix. I was like, of course it's on Netflix. So...
Did they say when it was going to happen, or...?
I don't think so. I think they just said it's happening. Okay. But also, the cast for this is kind of weird. They have, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
And then they have, Jessica... Who the fuck is this? Jessica Chastain?
No, I'm not familiar with her.
Yeah, me neither. But apparently, what I've heard is that this is kind of a really weird cast of characters that they have announced so far. And,
Who else have they announced?
I think those are the 2 major ones, at least. But, it's going to be a movie that's going to be on Netflix, so my standards are going to be very low.
I mean, I'll watch it, but I'm not expecting much out of it.
I'll watch it, but I think I'm not going to like it. We'll see. I mean...
It's an interesting concept.
I don't know if they should go through with it, though.
Well, it's too late. They are.
Yeah, I guess.
So, I mean, it'll happen, we'll watch it, and we'll just move on with our lives.
Yeah. Alright, moving on to Square Enix.
Which I don't care for half of this stuff, because I've never played Final Fantasy before, or Kingdom Hearts.
There's so much Final Fantasy stuff.
Which, good for them, but I don't really care.
Yeah, they showed footage for the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which was already announced prior to this, so that's cool. And that's coming in March 3rd, 2020. Then we have Final Fantasy VIII, which they announced is going to get remastered, so... the expected...
So they showed a remastered footage for 7, then they announced their remaster for 8.
No, a remake of 7, and then a remaster of 8.
A remake, isn't that the same thing though?
A remake is like they're like Final Fantasy 7. They're basically the combat's gonna be different. Like it's basically the same game, but they're changing it.
Oh, okay.
But the remaster is just like they're upping the way it looks and they're trying to make the graphics a lot better.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
And it looks fun, I think.
I mean, I don't care. I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah. And then I don't really care.
It's too far. It's too far for me to jump in now.
Yeah. I don't really care for this one, but I wanted to make note of the Final Fantasy 14 Shadowbringers DLC that's coming, which is coming July 2nd of this year. And then if you pre-order it, then it'll be coming on June 28th.
Ooh.
This looks kind of cool. This looks really cool, actually. And the music, which I think I put on notes, the music is really good. So I don't know if I'm going to play this. If I'm interested enough in Final Fantasy 14, I might like look into it a little bit more. If anything, I want that soundtrack. Because that was some beautiful music that they threw at us there. Marvel Avengers A-Day.
I don't know about that one yet.
What the hell was the trailer?
Okay, let's talk about this trailer. Captain Marvel, as you know him, is just dead. For whatever reason, the Avengers at this point is consistent of Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, and Black Widow. No one else. Which is a weird group to begin with, and they look kind of weird, but I can get used to it though.
I don't think they look good at all.
I mean, I can get used. I'm used to the MCU portrayal of them, but I can get used to this game's appearance after a while.
Okay.
Something happened. The helicarrier exploded, and Cap died. That's really all we know from the trailer. Something about that you should never meet your heroes in real life because stuff like that will happen.
Yeah. The gameplay looks fine, I think.
There was gameplay? I thought that was all.
No, they showed like a little bit of like some of the action. Which
okay, because I was under the impression that none of that was gameplay.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's not, but even still.
Because I remember Grant complaining that there was no gameplay from it, and he was mad about that.
Maybe there was. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was, but even still, it looks fine. But there's just a lot of things with this trailer that is just like, it seems kind of nitpicky, but it's like, what the fuck was that? Like, when Bruce Banner jumps out of the helicopter, and then it cuts to him falling.
Oh yeah, you don't even see him transform.
I was like, I remember looking, I was like, no transformation? Really?
There probably is one, but they haven't completed the animation yet.
I was like, in that case, what the fuck? That kind of ruins the whole point of what makes watching the Hulk so cool. And also the voice actors just...
I mean, they've got some good voice actors, but again, we're used to the MCU, not this.
But they don't...
Because,
correct me
if I'm wrong, Iron Man is voiced by Nolan North, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a... I'm down for that. It'll just take some time getting used to looking at his different face and hearing his different voice.
I don't think it sounds good, though. Like, it doesn't sound fitting for, like, Iron Man, not even as, like, MCU Iron Man, but, like, as Iron Man, as the character we know him. I think, if that makes sense. I
can kind of hear that, but Ubisoft has also... I'm sorry, not Ubisoft. Square Enix has also said that they're not gonna change the appearance or the voice. What they've made is what we're getting. They're not going to pull a Sonic on us. As much as we might want them to, they're not going to do it.
I don't want them to pull a Sonic, but I just...
I've heard that it's supposed to be like a game as a service thing, which I'm not about. But I also don't see how that's going to be a thing, because I've also heard it's going to be single player only. But then I've also heard that it's not.
We don't know. And I'm extremely skeptical of this.
Same. Because... Yeah.
And then, last thing here, Outriders for summer 2020.
Is this what Fat Fuck has to do with?
Yes.
Okay, explain Fat Fuck, please.
I think there was just a character that was really big, and I said Fat Fuck, and then I was like, you know what, I'll throw that in the random shit notes.
Because that's the only thing for random shit we have for Square Enix.
Yeah. This game looks really fun. I mean, it looks really cool, because this was just a concept trailer, I'm pretty sure, so nothing too crazy. We don't know much about it, but it looks really cool. It comes from the people who made Gears Judgment and Bulletstorm.
Gears Judgment was good.
So yeah, nothing really else to say from them.
Nice. I haven't seen the video for it yet, so I'll have to watch it at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Moving on.
Let's get to the winners of E3. Because let's be real, Nintendo won.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They always win. It's Nintendo.
Let's just go down the list. I'll start. If that's fine with you.
Okay.
So we have the hero from Dragon Quest is joining Smash in this summer. I think that's cool.
I mean, I've never played Dragon Quest, but I'm more excited for him than Banjo.
The only thing I'm excited about for the hero is just kind of the fact that he's I think that's only because...
Okay, here's a question. You saw in the trailer there's a bunch of them. Are those skins or Echo Fighters?
I think they're No, I think they're skins, because I feel like they're going to be like Bowser Jr., where it's just like you...
Because I could see that be either way.
I don't know. That's a lot of Echo Fighters, though.
Yeah, but I feel like they all do something different, though.
Yeah, because Echo Fighters typically are slightly different. But I'm not sure if Nintendo's going to go through all that, especially if this is coming soon.
Well, I mean, with the amount of effort they put in for Joker.
Yeah,
just
true.
Joker.
True. But then again, Joker, I'd argue that Joker's super fancy and he kind of needs that attention.
That and Joker is probably more widely known than the hero of Dragon Quest.
I remember I saw a meme where it's just like people in Japan were super hyped for this, but Americans are like,
I mean, from what I hear, Dragon Quest is like a good game series. I've just never played it.
Yeah. And it comes from the creator of Dragon Ball Z.
I know, because the art style looks exactly like it.
Yeah.
Which I'm totally down for.
Yeah. So I'd be willing to play them. I think it'll be fun to play around.
Oh yeah, I'll play the hero. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And then
I will play Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
God, some of these things I just don't care about.
Yeah. I was gonna mention Dragon Quest 11 coming too.
I mean, sure, why not?
But that sort of came with the announcement with Smash, but nothing to be super excited about.
Let's see. Luigi's Mansion 3 is happening, which I don't really care.
I want to see it because this actually looks really fun.
I've never played a Luigi's Mansion before.
Yeah. The animation for this is super nice.
It is.
And also apparently it's gonna be co-op as well. We have
Luigi. I remember seeing that like, what the fuck?
I was like, you know Luigi? What? I looked at it, I was like, this is fine.
It's like, Nintendo can do whatever they want and get away with it.
Pretty much, yeah.
And Luigi is no exception. I'm going to question it, but I'm not going to go against it.
Yeah. I'd like to be able to play this game at some point, though, because the idea of taking a ghost and slamming him back and forth is great.
The idea of suck.
The idea of sucking a ghost.
Hey, if you get it, I'll co-op it with you.
Hell yeah.
I'll be your goo.
I'll be Gooigi.
Gooigi. I'll be your Gooigi. So yeah, that's happening.
Alright, then also Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remake.
Never played it. Probably will.
I've played it. It's fun. I like the way this looks. It's a much more cartoony than I thought it'd be. And is it fine if I talk about Breath of the Wild now?
I mean,
because I want to make a comparison.
Sure, just keep in mind that I haven't finished it if you're going to spoil anything, but I don't think you've played it either.
I haven't played it, but
okay.
I know much more. I'm somehow managed to know everything but nothing about games.
It makes no sense, because it's the same way with Persona.
Yeah.
And you've never played any of them.
Because I'm super interested in the story, but I don't actually touch the game, so...
See, I'm the opposite way. I'm super into the story, but I only touch the games. And by that, I only touched game, because I've only played 5.
Yeah. But, yeah. What's funny is that, like, you have this remake coming, and it's super cartoony and super, like, fun and, like, upbeat. And then you have, like, Breath of the Wild, where it's just like, oh god.
Everything's just sad and dead.
I summoned death himself.
Now, as someone who hasn't finished Breath of the Wild, I probably shouldn't ask this, so I'm not gonna. Never mind.
How'd that go for you?
I mean, okay, I'm gonna ask it. What sequel? How? And why? Don't answer that.
It's just happening.
Yeah.
Short hair Zelda.
She has short hair?
Short hair Zelda.
I didn't know she had short hair.
You didn't watch the trailer?
Well, I saw the trailer. I didn't see the short hair, though.
They can't see that.
Alright, moving on.
You're up. Actually.
I mean, I'll just sum this up now. There's a lot of games on other consoles that are coming to the Switch. That's not new.
True. There are some new games that are coming, though.
Yeah.
I know one of them you might be excited. Was it you that you're excited for, or was it Grant?
What? Ultimate Alliance 3?
No, this. I highlighted it.
Oh, I'm excited for that. I'm fucking excited for that shit. I don't think Grant is, though. We're gonna we'll come back to that. But Ultimate Alliance 3, let's just talk about that.
Okay.
That's a Nintendo exclusive, which is kind of weird because the first two were Xbox exclusives.
They just gave it to Nintendo, I guess.
I mean, sure, do your own thing, but I'm excited. Because I never played Ultimate Alliance 2.
I haven't either.
So I'm excited to play 3. Because I saw the trailer for it, but I was half asleep, so I didn't really remember much of it. But I think Thanos is in it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. He is.
And that's about really all I can remember. That Thanos was in it. And it's Ultimate Alliance 3. And when I played Ultimate Alliance 1, I had like no idea who any of them were. And now I know who some of them are, so that makes it a little better. Like back then, really the only characters I knew when Ultimate Alliance 1 came out was Spider-Man, Captain America, and Iron Man, and that was about it. When Doctor Strange got introduced in Ultimate Alliance 1, I was like, who the hell is this guy? And that's, I think, as far as I made it into the game. I never finished it. But that's coming this year. Fall this year.
Alright. And then I also want to mention No More Heroes 3. I haven't gotten to play any No More Heroes games, but it's one of my friends' absolute favorite games, and it's also one of my favorite YouTubers' favorite games. And this looks like... I want to say it looks like just a bunch of stupid fun. It's like a action game, and I think they've talked about it before, but I think this time they actually announced that it's going to be coming in 2020.
Nice.
And the trailer just looks amazing.
Nice.
So I think that returning No More Heroes fans are like we're going insane about this, and this makes me more interested in the series itself. Nice. So I definitely want to play these games.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
They announced a bunch of games that are going to be coming to Switch. Some of them haven't been released. Like, there's a bunch of really varying release dates. But then they dropped it on us.
Oh, God.
And you have to be the one to talk about this.
Oh, God. Oh, God. We're talking about that.
Yep.
This is the reason why I'm dead.
Yep.
Banjo-Kazooie
is coming to Smash.
Fall 2019.
They fucking did it.
I can't believe they did it and not my boy John 117. It would have been a great time to bring the Chief in, but not... When was the last time a Banjo game came out? Never. That's what I thought. Banjo doesn't have any games. Banjo's gonna burn in hell. That being said, though, the announced trailer was really funny, and I liked it.
I like that they did basically the same thing they did with K. Rool.
Exactly. Yeah.
The second I saw the key, I was like, they didn't fucking do it. I didn't believe it. I saw on Google Images, just like pictures of like his announcement. I'm like, oh, that's fake. And then I saw the trailer. I was like, they fucking did it.
Alright, at least it's not Steve. Imagine if they brought Minecraft Steve into the game.
I actually watched a video of like I think I'll probably link up it, but just like custom like a fan made like moveset for Steve if he were ever put in Smash. I think it's kind of cool, but no. I'd argue that Banjo's a better fit for Smash than Chief, just given like how kind of cartoonish Smash is.
It makes sense, but then
you just really wanted Chief.
I really wanted Chief, and then I could bring up the counter argument that you got characters like Bayonetta, Snake, Joker, who was the last DLC character. I'm just salty about it.
He looks fun to play, though, at least.
Yeah, he does. I'll play him once or twice, but I'm not happy about it. I'll play him, but I'll complain about it the entire time.
Yep. So then that brings us with Joker first.
And then Banjo. No, it's Hero
no,
first.
then the Hero.
That
and
means
then
there's
Banjo.
2 more characters to be announced.
And I have absolutely no idea who they will be.
Yeah, one of my friends suggested someone that that kind of annoys me.
Who?
Sans from Undertale.
No.
Exactly.
Absolutely not.
And the only reason he said that is because when Undertale came to the Switch, it got an exclusive DLC that was only for the Switch. And I was like, that's not a good enough evidence for me. Fuck off out of here.
I was like, you know what? No. Just no.
Besides that, I have no ideas.
I prefer Chris over Sans.
I don't know who that is.
The main character for Undertale.
Nah.
But I don't think either is going to happen.
I would hope not.
Then again, I also didn't think Banjo was going to come, but I'd still argue that Banjo was a more realistic thought of a new Smash character than Sans or Chris could ever be.
There was another rumor floating around, which I'm happy will never happen. Fortnite guy.
No, absolutely not.
Exactly.
We don't do that here.
Technically, Banjo is an epic character.
Stop.
Because Epic made Banjo. So since it's a epic character, we're basically never going to get Fortnite character ever, and I'm happy about that.
Good. As it should be.
God. What else?
I think that's it, actually.
I'm not even going to talk about Mario Maker 2.
Oh yeah, I guess that's a thing. They kind of brush over it though because they've already announced that Mario Maker 2 is going to happen.
But we haven't talked about it here yet, so we probably should.
Yeah, I guess.
It's Mario Maker, but 2, and that's about it.
It's just another Mario Maker.
I don't think there's anything different between the two.
I think maybe they're going to just bring more customization to
it. I think that's about it. Besides that, it's just on a different console with like 1 or 2 new things.
Yeah, so if you enjoy Mario Maker, you're going to enjoy
I never played the first one, so I'll be sure to get this one.
Yeah.
And not to make anything, just to play them.
Yeah, and they'll be coming June 28th of this year.
Woo, that's
really
close. That's next month.
10 days?
That's not next month, that's 10 days.
We're close to July, but not that close.
God. I can't wait for July.
It's going to be a fun year. And I think
is that it?
I think that's it. That concludes
nice.
E3 special.
Nice.
We are sitting at... That's actually, like, about the size of, like, the last podcast.
Nice.
Actually, maybe a bit shorter. I mean, definitely a bit shorter. But no need to get into the meta of all this. And that concludes the E3 Splash Screen special.
Woo! So, if you want to find us, just look in the description. I'm not going to do my normal speech for it. Just look in the description.
I'm so tired right now.
I am actually. I am actually. That's why I'm happy with when we record the podcast. We do it at your place. I just get to lay on your bed.
Yeah.
You're the one actually sitting at the desk doing all the work. I'm just laying on your bed, holding my microphone above my head, hoping I don't drop it on me. Which I think I almost did once last time.
I don't remember if you did or not.
So yeah, just look in the description for where you can find us and link dump stuff.
Mm-hmm. We won't really link dump much of anything.
There's not really much to link dump. I mean, there's a lot to link dump. But
as always, if you can find something to link dump, we will.
I mean, we could just link dump the trailer for every game we talked about, but that'd be a lot of stuff in the link dump.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to find the trailers for these games, we'll drop the bigger ones like Halo Infinite, the Banjo announcements.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll put down everything that we actually talked about, and then I'll just put the names for it, and then from there, I'd let you guys do your own thing.
Yeah. Like, chances are you've already watched them all. So, why are we still talking? Let's just end this podcast.
Let's get done with this.
Yeah.
I want to go make some coffee.
I'm tired.
Lay down.
I want to go hug my cat. Alright, bye.
Goodbye.